Kai'Sa. How does it go? What happens?
I mean, personally, matchup is winning for Kai'Sa, but yeah, LeBron have Sejuani, so hopefully.
But jungle diff is what you're saying.
Yes.
Hopefully, as Contracts is in the vicinity, Hanser very aware though. Boogie stepping up to Contracts, attempting to path over towards his try, gets stunned up, flashes away. The Q from Dokla used to try and zone him off, but first blood drawn by Hanser.
Yeah, that last little trade to define the defensive control ward and keep up this extra pressure on bot side. Mid coming over.
Contracts was waiting with the Hex Flash over the wall. Boogie getting a lot of damage locked into him though after he goes back in with a Q. But live given over to Wild Turtle. A good stun up onto multiple members of TSM. Boogie has to walk it out, burned down by the Ignite. Ignar, though, now using his Flash. So both summoners by the NRG supports. Meanwhile, over on the top side, Hanser pushing up upon Dokla. It's TSM that are named Boogie with Dokla and Contracts upon him, looking for the Q over the wall. Hanser and Boogie slightly knocked back, but stun land onto one off the Glacial Prison, and Contracts has fallen. Insanity starting to build up with that kill count. NRG. But what are you thinking NRG need to do in this position when they were attempting to aggress, but it wasn't going in their favor?
Still going for the static shiv for the wave clear, and now roaming up to the top side. That's got to be another one.
Glacial Prison and more utilized to lock down Dokla, and even though NRG had the two, they never really let up on that side. Getting some pressure across mid. It's been going good for TSM.
It certainly has. Turtle does get out. Still going to mean that mid push goes the way of TSM. NRG will transfer and at least get their cross-map play, finally ending up evening that turret, but TSM still very happy. Bottom side push into mid side turret here, and Boogie gets another one for TSM. All outers down. Really smart progression here from vulnerable on bottom side because Hex Gates will allow defenses for TSM to come in. Turtle kind of escorting him up to the tower here, completely annihilating the minion waves, but it's plenty for TSM. Insanity here on bottom side, continually pushing up, as well as having Varus in mid. Keep that pressure. So they don't allow any of these areas for NRG to catch them by surprise. Another tower down.
Because TSM are feeling pretty good about their lead. Boogie seeks out FBI, uses the Glacial Prison, which does get the cleanse from him, and the flash as well. Wild Turtle following over the wall, fail of arrows and more, taking down the enemy bot laner.
Classic Turtle flashing forward. This one didn't have a lot of risk to it. Oh! He even went to the same spot. He went to the same spot on the wall to try and follow. We're not done yet. Boogie's got one more.
A Contract stunned up as soon as Hunter comes to the party. Smacked him. Insanity gets the kill.
Top side, they actually made the pick, and they were able to chase down the extra kill because NRG were trying to
around, but it's so hard when TSM are absolutely annihilating your map. But here's an attempt to stand against them. Nature's Grasp gets a root onto two, but the answer back onto Contracts is just too good. Ignar coming out of stasis, next to be smacked by Wild Turtle. TSM maintain their pressure across these lanes.
Yes, they do. The pressure is on, and TSM are walking in your base. This is going to be at least 2 inhibitors. Respawn timers are pretty short because it's so early in the game still that I don't know if they can actually end it, but 10 more seconds left on 2 NRG members, and TSM say that's good enough for us. Dragon, just to tie up your loose ends, you know, like you're saying, NRG has had some big comebacks, so they're like, you know what, let's not let the comeback.
Their way to the party. Chime trying to encroach upon Contracts, who threw the Nature's Grasp his way. Insanity's got some damage to follow up. Coming on in with a headbutt pulverized. Chime goes golden for a moment, does end up getting blasted. So TSM, for what feels like the first time, are down 1 in the fight. But look at those supers. When you've got 2 inhibitors down, they are making work of your Nexus turrets, which draws the attention of Palafox and FBI to finish it up and reopens the top lane turret for TSM to collapse upon. Hanser wanting to find some kind of look into the brush, but NRG send out multiple FBI, Moonlight Vigil from downtown, but TSM still manages to keep in it. The Dom TSM start up the Baron.
And wait on the cooldown for the Varus ultimate. Right now they're relying on Sedge.
Over the wall, Glacial Prison, knock up and more onto Ignar. Teleport will be coming in from Dokla, but is it too little too late as Contracts has fallen? No jungler for NRG, no support. But Palafox wants to follow up with the damage, does manage to reap one jungler for himself. Insanity, but do have their ultimates. We have seen Wild Turtle try and set him off, like he did here. Ignar, oh, look at that damage. Insanity just able to burst. Follow up so effectively. Contracts trying to flash out of it, throws down the Nature's Grasp in response. Chime is falling low. Wild Turtle takes a big burst of damage, but it's the 2-for-1 so far. Haunter with Dominus already in the active, moves with TSM into their own jungle. Palafox going downtown with the Killer Instinct. Haunter falling low, no longer in ultimate form, but he doesn't need it to finish off Dokla. Insanity gets to use the passive to get out cleanly, and TSM keep numbers in their favor, but you can see the Dragon getting started up by NRG. Teleport on TSM's side.
Yeah.
That's enough to be able to push off Palafox and FBI. They don't have the numbers, they don't have the fight. Palafox, though, almost kills off Haunter before he pops the wash, and FBI into the range of Wild Turtle is not where you want to be. TSM punishing NRG for making the attempt on Dragon.
Palafox isn't done. He hex gates over. Can he hit the W snipe?
Managed to get the Void Seeker onto Wild Turtle, but yeah, use the Killer Instinct at the top of that previous fight, so cannot follow up. Ignar latches on with a Q, but is answered back by Boogie. Chime headbutting Palafox away. Doesn't want him to get into his backline anymore to try and offer a safe recall here for Boogie. You can see the missile still raining down from Palafox. He wanted to get Chime. He could not find it.
Finishing it while the rest of the team eventually cleans the Baron.
Now buys enough time and attention from NRG, so TSM ready to claim the
With the Baron plus the Soul, plus increasing their lead, TSM have come.
They're already going for it. Ignar stunned up and more. Palafox goes in the back line with a Killer Instinct, but Wild Turtle has already gone golden. Haunter zoning off Palafox, but the rest of TSM are encroaching upon the base. Palafox has fallen at the mouth of the gator, baby. TSM are still going for more. NRG looking to make their final hold. Still some Baron-empowered minions coming through, ensuring that they can take down this second inhibitor, increase the number of supers that they have pushing with them. And the pressure from NRG is all too good. Some heavy poke onto Wild Turtle, though he has to be careful. And eventually Contracts has fallen. Dokla, the last one to remain for NRG. Yes, Ignar has a respawn, but it's TSM putting this one in the books. They're hooks into the second round robin.
Clean game from TSM. Controlled the